Hey, terrible. What's up, mate?
Yo, how's it going, Stein?
Yo, what's up, terrible?
Good morning or afternoon.
Good morning, I guess, for you.
You're like, is this motherfucking guy coming or what?
I was getting so anxious, I didn't know what to do.
And we're live, everybody! We are live, though, so, alright. Spain. Bro, I was thinking about this even last night. Like, fuck, this is gonna be a good-ass race, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We got Ho Chi, we got Yuppie, Oso, Broken, NAFTA, Dianstein. Shep is gonna, I think, is gonna have a good chance here.
Nah, I go for Ochi. I saw him race yesterday. He's really so quick. I think he can do like 1:14 in qualifying session.
Dude, that's unbelievable. Can you can break into the 1:14s, right? In time trial, you can do the 1:14s in time trial, huh?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
What was the secret? Well, you don't have to reveal your secrets, but what helped you to get over from the 1:15s into the 1:14s? What helped you find that time?
Oh, yeah.
Laps.
When I tried to learn, but sector 2.
Yeah.
There are some corners where you can, where I learned when I can go on a throttle. Like in turn 12.
Like earlier?
It reminded me a lot of that big right-hander in China. It's like a miniature version of it.
Yeah.
And you can really hit the throttle quite early.
Right, if you get it right.
Yeah, if you get it right. If you don't, you spin. But if you
Right.
get it right, it's... And also that chicane at the end. Sector 3.
What's the trick with the chicane? You can't push too hard. But do you give up a little bit on the entry to get the exit, or you just push, or do
you sacrifice your entry just to get a good exit? That's the key.
That's more important, right?
Yeah, for sure. But because also during the race, that will be your main overtaking spot on that straight, following it.
Right. So these guys are wasting no time.
Sector 1, those big, the high-speed turns. Also. A big part of the track where you can gain time.
But Renee's in the house. He's saying, "What's up? How's it going, Renee?"
Yo, hello, Renee.
All right, so let's see. Vapor is out on track. He's just behind. Who is that? I think that's Nero. So it looks like Nero's gonna get to that hot lap first. So let's see. Yeah, it looks like Nero's going to start his hot lap first. We'll see where he puts it. Nero's been pretty quick. I don't think he's always gotten the end results to show for it, but he's been pretty quick. Oso is another one who's been, pretty quick and maybe didn't always have the results to show for it in the end, but we saw what happened with Oso last race. You gotta stay with it. You gotta keep pushing, and he ended up getting a podium. That was a crazy finish last race too, because it was him and his teammate at Haas, Bro Controller, and they both ran out of fuel at the end. So they both crossed the line, and there was really nothing to separate them. I think Oso was ahead just by a hair. But anyway, Nero, with that being said, I think does have a good chance. Oh, and he goes wide. Oh, he went wide. He went wide. Nero, the first one on his hot lap. And that's a tricky corner, that one. What corner is that exactly? Spain. Because that's one of those.
Braking zone is so hard to judge there, even from more when you've got the racing line off.
Yeah, well, there's no. Trust. I know for his hand. There's no marker. There's no.
Yeah.
There's one like
there's
big.
No leaderboard or something.
Nothing.
Good.
But it's also good practice because remember that we did that other league race last week, and what happened in that race? Someone drove through the brake markers and the brake marker boards, right?
Yeah.
So it's a good lesson to remind you that even if you do have brake markers, if you're running without the racing line, you've got to set up your own reference points just in case. And Vapor puts in a 118.301, and Monkey Mafia 118.283 on the mediums.
Mediums, that's really curious to see how that will play out.
But that's a good strategy because we were messing around with some strategies yesterday, and that medium to the hard tire looked like a really great strategy for the race, if you ask me.
Yeah, that looks like the optimal race strategy, but you do have to set a good qualifying time.
You do.
I was talking about it with Hochi
yesterday,
and I said to him that he might pull it off and still get a good time. It looks like he still go.
I think that's a great time because people are putting in their times and they're way behind, and then Hochi just puts in a 115.2, so he's flying.
Really quick,
He's flying. I think that could be the pole here.
Let's see if anybody can get close. Because this is a really quick time.
I think Steinmine, I think he can get close, but I don't know if he's going to break into the 115. So let's go on board to some other.
Because Nafta has been really consistent.
Nafta's a very quick driver. His only issue, I think, is he hasn't, in terms of the races, there's always been some kind of issues with either damage or an incident on the first lap. But that's the other thing, is that's why I'm thinking with the lap by Monkey going onto the medium tires to try to start the race on the mediums. It's tough because you're not going to pit, so you do save, you're not going to pit a second time, so you do save around 20 seconds, but you're going to have more tire wear, and you're stuck in what, if you have a better pace to be ahead, you're stuck in what you could maybe consider to be traffic. And that slows you down as well.
Softs don't last that long, I think, on this track, so...
No, they don't.
The first two laps are always a little bit slow, so you can stick,
Yeah, that's true. That is true, and then by the time the craziness of the first few laps are over, the softs are starting to die, and your mediums start to come alive.
Exactly. Then you can shine on your mediums.
How long do you think we'll...
You have to get a top 10 time, because otherwise it's useless.
Right. Well, even if you don't qualify in the top 10, for whatever reason, you could just start on the mediums anyway, should you want to.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have any tire wear.
No. Well, see, how long would you say the softs and the medium tires are good for here, roughly? What do you estimate?
The mediums will go to 15 easily. I tried it yesterday and it was like 55-60%.
And how many laps can you do? What is it, like 15, 16 laps?
15.
15. I think the soft tires here, definitely 9 laps on the first stint, and potentially...
9 is really tough, I think.
What's that?
I think 9 laps is really tough already because go past 60, I think.
Yeah, 9 laps. I did 9 laps in my first stint on heavy fuel yesterday during a test race, and at 9 laps my front left was at 80%. So you're risking a puncture, but
and I got all the experience of that.
Yeah, exactly. You're the puncture king, but. I think it's one of those things that for me it is worth it because if you can get the difficult part of the race out of the way, I know you lose a little bit of time, but I like how it opens up the possibilities with your stints for later because by doing one extra lap, maybe you do one less lap on the mediums just to jump onto the hards quicker. I think it just opens up more possibilities for you if you are going to do a two-stopper to try to go long.
Most people will pit behind you, so they will have all the traffic later on.
Exactly.
They probably might lose time. Because they try to battle each other.
Right, and I think the dirty air...
That is of course situational because you might as well get traffic when you get out of pit, even when you pit on the later.
And Steinmine look like he did improve, but he improved from the 117s into the high 116s, and Yuppie did as well. So Yuppie's at a 116.926.
So far it looks like Hochi is on another level.
It's remarkable because we've always you know, we know Hochi's got a lot of experience, and now as of late, it does seem like he has like some issues with his hands that impedes his speed at most tracks. But for whatever reason, Spain, Monaco, he said to a certain extent, and Baku, watch out because Hochi's flying. And not only that, but you can see that he's in the prancing horse. He's not out on track right now, but oh, there he is. He's actually started his hot lap.
Vapor is on the P5 with his mediums.
Very nice lap by Vapor. But I don't think he's set a lap time yet. I think he's about to start his hot lap. I think he set that time on the softs. But we're on board with Hochi.
Yeah.
And let's see if he can improve his time. He gets a purple sector 1, so he's the fastest sector 1.
2 tenths faster than his previous sector 1.
We're gonna stay on board with Hochi because this seems like it could be the pole lap here. This is what a pole lap's gonna look like today. Very nicely through there. In the prancing horse, the Spanish people are
almost.
the crowd, the Spanish people are going nuts. They love Hochi. He's representing the motherland there. Oh, and he gets a fastest sector 2. A little bit, but you're always gonna get a little bit of wheel spin there, I think.
To the outside.
Yeah, look at how he widens up the track. Tucks it in really nice. Really nicely through there. Really nicely through there.
It will be quick for 14, I think.
Wow, 1:15.173. Unbelievable. That's like 8 tenths faster than what I can do. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this time will be competitive in T1 as well.
Yeah, it really would. I think that could. I think that would be like a top 5, top 10 time in T1. I think.
Maybe even pole position.
It really could be. It depends on who can break it to the 114s tomorrow. Because it is a little bit more. It is more difficult in quali trim versus time trial.
It is because you can't make a mistake.
And Domingo sets the fastest sector 2. So Domingos is flying, but he locks up a little bit and goes wide. But oh, and he breaks loose a little bit as well there. Locks up again. And he's lost. Yeah, he's lost a lot of time into the chicane. So that's exactly what you were talking about. And he decides to abort the lap. So that's what you were talking about, Stein. What do you do with that chicane? What's the strategy? Because you can gain time and you can lose time, and you can see there that he was pushing too hard on the entry, and that would have completely compromised his exit, and he actually decided to jump into the pits because he was probably so behind on the delta at that point that might as well come in, swap tires, and go for another run. So look at Space Cowboys. So Shep is a 1:17.212, so he's in 4th. So really nicely done by Shep, showing his pace. On board with Vapor.
Sector 1 as well.
We'll see where Vapor puts this car on those medium tires. At the moment, he's 7th.
That will be a decent result with the mediums, I think.
And he's actually starting his hot lap. So he hadn't put in a that wasn't his hot lap. We'll stay on board here with Vapor to see what he can put together on these mediums. But he gets through turn 1 and 2 and through 3 flat out. Really nice lines. Heavy braking into turn 4, puts it down into 4th gear. Yeah. And that's a tricky corner because I feel like you have to be a little bit more patient than you would think to get back on the throttle. Otherwise, you do risk running out wide onto the curb and onto the grass. It's a little tricky, I think.
I think it really depends on your setup, because I was using a setup before and I had to be quite patient, but I'm using a more downforce setup now, and I can really...
You can push on that one harder now?
Throttle early.
Yeah. And there's also certain setups that, based on the differentials and different suspension settings, like when you apply the throttle, sometimes it actually helps you to rotate the car as well. So that helps you to find time too. Yeah, and the downforce on top.
You can really feel that downforce when you do the throttle, early throttle on the turn 12.
Yeah. Yeah, it keeps it planted. And Vapor doesn't improve his time, so I don't know what the strategy here is, but I don't think he's going to improve his time with those medium tires based on what he already said with the soft. Oh, and before I forget, I kept seeing the name, but I kept forgetting to say something. What's up? Teon is saying hello in the chat. How's it going, Tone?
Hey, Tony.
I'm
excited for tomorrow. Tony is so quick.
He's an animal. You, Tone, Young Ants had a lot of pace. Obviously, Renee is going to be quick. We have some new reserves also that'll be joining us, so that's going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. I really love this track.
I feel the level of drivers is really increasing by a lot in both tiers.
Yeah, it is. Well, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing everybody around me. I think I was telling you yesterday. I'm seeing everybody around me getting faster and faster. And meanwhile, I'm not getting faster. So in a way, it's great, but it's not so great. But
no.
It's.
Oh, you'll get better though.
Thank you.
No, I'm speaking the truth here.
This is therapy with Steins app today. Thank you. You're so nice. I'm happy to fight with whatever position I'm in. So I'm always just happy to have a nice fight on track.
It's not about result, but
right.
Races.
I'm happy that we've got exactly. I'm just happy that we've got something put together that everyone can join us and everyone can have their own fun, and it's been great. Yeah. So let's see, Broken Shoulder.
Incredible. We have like 20 drivers show up.
It's nice, isn't it? In both tiers. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. Let's see.
Hochi is out again.
Broken is on his lap, but he is invalidated. Let's see. Yeah, Hochi
is starting his lap soon.
Yeah, he did. I think this is his second lap, too. But yeah, he's starting his hot lap.
I think this is his third stint.
It is. Yeah, this is going to be his final run. I actually want to stay on board with Hochi to see if he can improve. So braking at just about the 50-meter board, as late as can be. Yeah.
You're so quick on that.
And Tone, you know, we were saying that, don't worry, I'll get better. Oh, and he gets a fastest sector 1, Hochi. But Tone is saying that, don't worry, Terrible, you will get better eventually. Thank you, Tone.
He's saying that you're slow right now.
Exactly. And then he says, don't worry, you'll get better. He says that as he passes me and drives away. Alright, so let's see. Hochi. Flat out. Flat out through there.
He's flying. He is flying.
Yep, fastest sector 2.
1/10 up. First faster.
He could break into the 114s here.
Yeah, but he has some dirty air for favor.
Yeah, he's got some traffic. That's the thing about the qualifying.
Yeah, this is hard for him.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. You need that downforce. Oh, he breaks loose.
Well, 150.1 is a really good time anyway.
It is.
I don't see it. No one is close to it.
No. I think this
is almost 2 seconds away from him.
I think this is Hochi's race to lose, if you ask me.
Sure. He just needs to focus on incident-free racing.
Yeah, he needs to hit.
Avoid any mistakes or collisions with someone else.
And he'll be fine. He needs to hit all his marks and focus on him and not get too carried away in what's happening with everyone else. But he's got
rely on his own pace.
And he's got the experience though, so he should be okay. And let's see, we're on board with Nico John.
This timeline is starting as well.
Let's go on board. Scorpio just started his lap. Yeah, so let's go on board with Steinmine. Steinmine's starting his lap. Let's see what he can do here, because I think he can break into the low 116s. Oh, and he's got some traffic up ahead, so let's see how he navigates this. Danger Dan, he is in the way here.
He's really...
he's compromising him here, yeah. So I wonder if he would have lost some time there.
Oh, I think he did.
Yeah, because he doesn't, I don't I didn't see exactly whether he improved Sector 1, but he definitely didn't get a purple Sector 1. And he invalidates that lap. He went wide on the curb, so we won't see an improvement from Steinmine. Let's see who else is out there. Alright, Daily Dose of Death is out there, but he's 4 laps on these hards, so I don't think he's going to improve here. He's got the DRS. He does improve to 14th, but he's going to start on 5-lap old tires, so he's only going to be able to do like 5 laps on the first stint.
That will be tough.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. You know, for those that are watching and may or may not know how the qualifying works in platform conditions, you have to start the race on the tire that you set the fastest lap time with if you start in the top 10. Oh, but that is for him. That's actually he's starting in 14th, so he'll be able to start on a different set of tires actually. So that's true.
Oh yeah.
Forget about that.
Still,
but still,
it's risky.
It is risky because
you get a top 10 time.
Well, with the lap that he put in to 14th on old tires, he could have potentially put it in the top 10 with new tires, I think. Because he would have lost easily tenths of a second with the older tires, but I guess at this point it's neither here nor there. So let's see who else is on a hot lap. So Spitcheck is out. And Spitcheck is over here. So Spitcheck was racing with us in Tier 1. I think there was probably a pace differential there that he really realistically needed to be in Tier 2, and we can see here now in Tier 2 his pace is falling more into place here compared with these guys than it was in Tier 1, but he's in 5th place right now with the 117.286, so happy to see here Spitcheck up the order.
I reckon it's way more fun like this.
Yeah, exactly, actually having a fight with people.
It's a good thing he did that.
Yeah, and Steinmine, he's crossing the line, but he's already done. I think this is going to be our order, because Spitcheck is still on a hot lap, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it done in time. No, we only have 30-something seconds here.
No, he won't.
Yeah, I don't think so. Now, what I'm curious about is we see a little bit of overcast on the conditions. Are we going to get some rain?
Yesterday's race was heavy weather. It was really wet.
And that was the wildcard division race, right?
Wildcard division, you're right.
Yeah, for those that are watching.
I think there even was a safety car because there was thunder.
I've never seen that before. Never seen that. For those that are watching, we do also have a Tier 3, which is our wildcard division. If you're not a current full-time official driver in one of our Tier 1 or Tier 2 divisions, you know, jump into our wildcard division channel and get involved because we do have a championship going on. But here's going to be the running order then for the race. So I'm not going to repeat everything. You can see it right there on the screen. But Hochi with the blistering time in P1.
She's all alone. Oh.
So who are the drivers to watch out for here? I think Hochi, I think Steinmine, I think Yuppie. Shepard can be quick. I know Nafta can be quick as well.
Nafta, yeah, Nafta.
But Vapor...
And you have Monkey Mafia. Oh, he's 11, so...
And he's going to start in the medium, so...
Yeah. He won't get any gain out of it. That's, you know... He can start on the mediums anyway.
Renee's saying, wow, what is that? What the fuck is that time? Excuse the French. That's a hell of a time, huh?
I'm excited to see what will happen in turn one of lap 1. If Hochi can keep it together, I think his race pace will be too fast if you take the qualifying times. But you never know. And the battle for P2 will be the most interesting, I think. Still waiting on some players. And of course, we haven't seen the weather report yet, but during the qualifying session there was some clouds, so it might rain during the race. That will shake up things even more. Right, here we go for the formation lap. Time to get those tires hot. This is AI driving, I think. Yeah. You see some drivers doing their weaving, getting their temperatures on the tires so they can get some more traction off the start.
So who do you think is going to get the best jump here off the line?
Yeah. I don't. Hochi isn't really trying to heat up his tires. I think his AI is controlling his car right now. Oh, he's really not.
I think he's there actually. It looks like he's controlling the car to me.
I think he wasn't before at the start of the formation lap.
Yeah, sometimes the connection between you and other drivers might drop momentarily, and then the AI picks it up. But I think he's there. But so on the strategy, do you think everyone's going to go on the two stops then? Because do you think we're going to see anyone go from soft to hard?
Last week I was in another league and I tried to do the hard soft strategy and I couldn't make it. I had a puncture in lap 30 or 31, so 2 laps shy. So I think unless you start on the mediums, a two-stopper is needed.
Yeah.
And with the mediums you can go to medium hard and you can make it quite easily, I think. Here we go.
So we're going to have the position change telemetry up here for the start so that we can see people how many moves they're able to make, and they're off. So Hochi gets a good jump. Steinmein gets a good jump. Yuppie gets a pretty good jump. But Shep, I think, he's down the inside of Yuppie, and what's going to happen?
There's already a small gap between Hochi and Steinmein. Got a yellow flag.
Oh, and someone spins. Rusty spun. Rusty spun. So he must have had some contact. It looks like he had some contact with Nero and Domingos as well.
Domingos drops 11 positions.
So Nero, Rusty, and Domingos looks like there was they got caught up in each other there. They had contact and they spun. But Yuppie prevailed in that battle for P3 on going into turn 1 because that was very tight between Yuppie and Shep. And you can see the pit strategies there, the predicted strategies for the race today. Oh, and Steinmein breaks a little bit loose. Yuppie's trying to make the move around the outside, but he can't make it happen.
It's a hard position to overtake.
Yeah, well, while all this is happening, Hochi sees it in the rearview mirror, and he's, he's got to be happy because he's driving away. So already 3 seconds the gap to Hochi.
That's a lot.
Yeah, he's flying.
Oh wow, that's just insane. He's already flying.
So we're on board with Yuppie. Yuppie, he's in the slipstream of Steinmein. He brakes late. He gives him room. Nice driving by both of them, but he didn't quite have it there. And now he's stuck in the dirty air of Steinmein, so that's going to affect him a bit. So he falls back a bit. But and Space Cowboy, they lock up.
Yeah,
he jumps it. He throws it down the inside. He makes the move. Really nice.
No contact?
No. Very nice driving by both of these guys. Very, very nice driving by these guys.
Tailing Yuppie.
He is. He's right behind him. And he sees that Yuppie is out of sorts a bit, and he's wanting to take advantage of that, but he does fall a little bit wide there on, what is that, turn 12? That flat out right-hander.
Turn 12 is coming up soon. Yeah. This is turn 12.
Oh, this is 12. Okay, so I meant turn 9 then. Yeah, now they're into 13, and turn 13 is tricky because it sets you up for this chicane. 14
but you
and
can go really quick on the throttle there as well.
You can.
It's
yeah, you can.
Quite enjoying, satisfying turn.
It is. It is. You can go quicker than you would imagine with the downforce.
Yeah. And after takes a bit, but he doesn't go for it.
So we've got also Spitcheck just behind these guys in the top 6. So this is exciting. It's exciting to be able to see Spitcheck fight for some positions here. It's good to see it. 7/10 behind NAFTA. He's gaining a little bit of time.
On the rear of the grid, there's a battle for P16 between 3 drivers as well.
Yeah, so let's go on board with Rusty. So Rusty, he's just behind Daily Dose of Death, and he's also behind him. He's got Nero, and behind him Domingos. So right now it's P14 to P18. They are right neck and neck. Nero goes down the inside of turn 9, and he backs out. He does back out. But that's a really brave move.
That's the smartest thing to do there.
It is. Oh, and he looks like he's jumping down the inside. Oh, and he goes wide. The guys touch, a lot of contact.
And Rusty
came out on top. Really nice driving by these guys. There was a little bit of contact. I don't think it was intentional. Oh, and the Williams cars are battling, I would say, a little too hard with each other. Nero pushed Daly out wide. Domingos also got a move past done on him. So let's actually go back up to Vapor. Vapor's in P7. He's right behind Spitcheck. This looks like it's going to be quite the battle here today during the race.
Yeah, the DRS is on, so
it's
there's some night and we'll feel the pressure.
Yeah, because we're actually seeing a lot of battles on track where they're, say, 4 or so tenths apart, and the DRS is going to help him make the move. And I'm on board with Feeman. Feeman, who, what turn is that? Turn 5, tapped the back of Danger, ran Danger out wide, and he got the move done. But I think Danger might have to have a word with the stewards on that one, because he'll probably feel that he was unfairly pushed out wide.
But he needs to focus on the race.
He does need to focus on the race. He's got to keep going.
Yeah, he can handle that stuff after the race.
After the race, yeah.
It's really important to keep your health calm during the race, because there's still 28 more laps to go.
Yes, the race is it's only just started.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on board with Yuppie. He's in P4, just behind Shep. He's got the DRS. Shep goes to defend on the inside, but it's almost futile because, yeah, the DRS is so strong here on the straight, but really nicely done. But Shep can stay with him. Yeah, and I'm okay. Yeah, I'm on board with Spitcheck. He's right behind NAFTA. He lifts a little bit to get the thing turned in that high-speed corner. It's a little bit more difficult with the dirty air, but he's right behind him. And right behind them is Vapor, so we're on board with Vapor.
Yeah. He's waiting for a mistake between those drivers.
He is, and Nico John is right behind him. So we've been racing with Nico. Yeah, we've been racing with Nico John in the practice line. He's been putting in work. He is a quick driver. Let's see what can happen here.
Vapor goes for it. Vapor goes for it.
He does go for it. He's on the inside. Really nice driving by these guys.
Leads from row.
Really nice driving by these guys.
Clean overtake by Vapor. Well done.
Really nice. Really, but it's really heads up driving from Spitcheck and Vapor.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm constantly telling the guys. Look, it's no fun to be overtaken, right? I mean, we all want to be ahead. And who is that jumping into the pits? NAFTA's jumping into the pits. So he's jumping in on lap 6. Let's actually see. He might have some damage. So let's actually see. No damage. So he's just wanting to get onto new tires. So he's going to try to do, what is it, a 26 lap stint?
I don't think that's
I don't. So when you tried that strategy, you got a puncture on your last laps on the hards?
I got a puncture on lap 31, I think, and I pitted on the softs on lap 9 or 10. So
Wow.
this is really early for NAFTA.
We'll see. Well, he was able to make it happen in China, if you remember. He did a 24 lap stint in China, and China's really punishing on tires as well.
Yeah, you're right. He was really good on
Maybe he can make it happen. So Feeman's out.
Our first retirement.
Feeman's out. It looks like he's out in turn 5. And virtual safety car.
That's good for the people on the softs. Get those temperatures down.
Yes, yeah. Bring down the temperature to help the tires last a little bit longer.
Maybe you go and do one more than expected.
Yeah, this is like a free lap almost. And they're back to green flag racing. So Hochi's in the pits, Steinmein's in the pits, Shep is in the pits. So Hochi's going to cycle back out. Hochi cycles back out into P4, just ahead of Nico John.
And he has to make some moves quick.
He really does. He can't be caught up in traffic.
He needs to stay calm, not force this overtake.
Yeah, he needs to make the obvious move. He doesn't need to complicate things here. He just needs to keep his nose clean. No contact. Most likely, either that or the back straight, because the back straight also has DRS before turn 10.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. Okay, and as we say that, it looks like Shep has gotten past Rusty. Or no, everyone got past, who was that, Nero? Oh, I think maybe everyone was... No, I think actually that was the indicator showing that everyone was passing Feeman, who had gone off. I'm not 100% sure yet. I thought I missed the move. So yeah, I'm gonna go on board with Hochi. Hochi's in P4, right behind Spitchak. So the guys in P1, P2, and P3 have not pit yet. Hochi has pit. Hochi, he's trying to make the move. Oh,
he goes for it, and he
does make the move. He does make the move, so he's able.
2 positions in 1 turn.
Yeah, he was able to get the car just about braked enough.
He went really aggressive on the brake, but he made it.
And you can see just ahead there, Nico John was trying to make a move on Vapor, didn't quite get it done. He backed off. And he shows him the car on the inside. He doesn't throw it down there, but just reminding Vapor that he's there and he's ready to pounce. So we've got battles all the way up and down the track here. We'll be watching NAFTA because NAFTA is in P12, but on the hard tire. If he can make that go to the end, he'll make up a lot of positions during the pit stops.
Yeah, but quite some people already pitted.
And we're on.
There's still a lot of guys that still need to pit. Yuppie goes into the pit now.
Yuppie's into the pits. So he's in the pits.
He will drop down hard, I think.
Yeah, he's going to the mediums. Hochi's back into the lead. Vapor is behind. He's 2.5 seconds behind, but Vapor hasn't pit yet. So, and it looks like there is a yellow flag in Sector 3, but that's been cleared. So no incidents there. And Nico John and Spitchek also in the pit, so they're jumping onto the medium tires. Trying to see who's the closest battle on track at the moment.
Yeah, the gaps are not coming.
and Nero, NAFTA got past Nero, so NAFTA's up into P11. And now NAFTA will...
Nico John in his visor.
Yeah, NAFTA's going to be trying to catch Nico John just ahead.
This will remind him a lot of China, like you said before. Breaking through the field.
Yeah, making his way. But also, I don't even know how he did it in China, because I don't know if I've ever been able to do like a 24, 25 lap stint at China. My tires would have been gone.
He had like 80% tires or something. Oh.
And who was that?
Flag, second, 2 and 3.
I think that was Danger, who had to back off for whatever reason. He's going slow. Oh, and it looks like he had gone off when he was making a pass. Yeah. So he was trying to back off to give the position back. But with that being said,
controller is close to also sync.
Let's see. Let's go on board with Broken, because we're also going to have to go on board with Naphtha. Naphtha's just behind Nico on the straight. So Broken Controller and Oso are going into turn 3, so they're probably going to keep those positions. So I'm going to go on board with Naphtha. Naphtha's got the DRS on Nico John, and he's not quite close enough, but he's gaining time on him. Yeah. And he was just in 12th a second ago, so now he's up to 10th. So he's making his way up through the field nicely.
He has to stay close.
He does, because Nico John is...
Get on the next DRS or the second DRS.
It looks like Nico John is very comfortable with the car right now, because he's getting that thing rotated. He's accelerated out of the corners nicely. He's using up all the track, so it almost looks like Nico John is going to be able to drive away here. So Naphtha's he's really got to push to stay with him. But this can be a good thing for Naphtha, because if they both go fast, then Naphtha can be tugged along with DRS. So let's go on board.
Fresh tires.
Let's go. Daily Dose of Death is just behind Danger Dan, so let's go on board with them.
I think Danger just overtook
and
Daily Dose, I'm not sure.
And Vapor is in the pits. So Vapor did 10 laps on the softs.
10 laps.
And he's going to the hards. He's doing the soft to the hard.
He's going one stopper.
So he's going to do 22 laps. Oh, and Daily Dose of Death is right behind Danger. He's got push. He's got the DRS. I think he was too compromised on the exit there, but...
Yeah, you're right. He didn't have a good exit. He has to wait one more lap. Get a second try.
So we're on board with Vapor. Vapor is just behind Nico John and Naphtha. So Vapor, in his pit stops, he cycled back right between Vapor and Naphtha. So
that will compromise Naphtha a lot.
It will compromise Naphtha, because it's going to be hard to get past Vapor, because Vapor had the pace to be way up there in the order.
Yeah, and fresher tires. Four laps fresher.
He does have 4 lap fresher tires. So it's interesting how the guys on the same strategy have ended up being right around each other in the race. And if anything, Naphtha needs to be in front of Vapor so that he's not in his dirty air, which is going to ruin those tires, or at least wear them out quicker than if he was in the clear air. But
I think Naphtha hopes there will be a mistake between Vapor and Nico John.
Yeah, maybe Naphtha's Naphtha's going to try to pull a Hochi, a double overtake or something.
Yeah. And Hochi just set his fastest lap, 1:19.
So Hochi's flying. So he's 12 seconds ahead now.
12 seconds.
But Nico John is able to get a great exit out of turn 16. So the guys have not been able to get close.
Naphtha is slowly falling back.
And Spitcheck is making him, bless you, Spitcheck making a move on Danger Dan. So really nice move by Spitcheck. He's up in the 12th. So he's on those fresh medium tires, and Danger Dan, he's on the tires he started the race on. And he's going out wide. So in a few laps, you would imagine that he's going to have to get back into the pits and switch out tires, because he's starting to lose grip.
You will go to the hards as well, I think.
It seems like that would be the move. And we're on board with Yuppie. How many laps do you estimate on a hard tires here, roughly, that you can do? 22, 23 laps?
Yeah, 20, 22, yeah, something like that.
So Scorpio looks like he left the session. Maybe he's having some connection issues. And Shep gets a track limits penalty after multiple warnings.
Yuppie is going for an overtake soon, yeah?
Yeah, so Yuppie, we're on board with Yuppie. He's right behind Oso.
We'll make it easy. Yeah, quite easy overtake for him.
Yeah.
Will he get a good exit?
We'll see, because he's got to put the foot down on the power really nicely here to make it to turn 3, and they do, yeah. But it was also exciting to see Oso, because Oso I feel like he's been in this position where we're watching him right now very, very often, where he's like in a P4, P5, P6 position, having pretty good race. In China, he had some issues where he got in an incident with other drivers, and he ended up getting spun. But it was really nice to see him actually get that result in Zandvoort, because he's been there or thereabouts just about every race, and finally was able to put it all together. So I'm excited to see what Oso can do here, because I think he still has the pace to fight for a top 10. And then Bro Controller, we're on board with Bro Controller because he's in P14 and he's just behind Danger in P13. So Broken just changed tires. He's also on the hard tires. So he went the soft to hards. Danger's on really old tires. At the risk of sounding like a cliche, Danger Dan is in danger from Broken.
Yeah, but Broken lost some time.
He did lose some time, but he got a pretty good exit compared to Danger there.
Don't think he will make this.
I think he's got him on the straight though. He's got to be patient though.
Left, so.
He's got to be patient that he doesn't break his wing here.
It looks like he got everything under control. He knows what to do.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. So this is where the patience of the racecraft comes in. You have to know.
Now he goes. Now he goes.
Yeah, and this. You can see him, this is where he really pushes. Wow, the grip levels, the differences was just tremendous there.
Yeah. So I find sometimes scary when I got fresh hards on, because you do need to adjust your driving a little bit.
You do.
Especially at the start.
You do. That and your brake points are going to be, your braking distances are going to be a touch longer. Your grip isn't going to be as high. So you're not able to get on the power quite as early, and then especially when you're just out of the pits as they're still warming up, the harder tires take a second to warm up. And Hochi with the fastest lap, 119.0, and there's a yellow in sector 2, but I think that's clear.
Went right. And Domingos took advantage of
and we're on board with Broken. Broken is right behind Nero. This is the battle for P12. Nero in P12, Broken in P13. Broken has got much more grip. He's got to be patient, but he was patient there. So nice driving by Broken. He gets the jump.
Was he trying to take it back? No.
I don't think he's going to have quite enough grip, but nicely done by Broken.
On the straights.
He might, but the extra grip that he's got, because Nero's on 13 laps, 14. Laps. Oh, and Danger Dan, he tries to make a move. Very, very ambitious. I would say a little too ambitious. Oh,
this is what happened to me.
Yeah,
as well.
You got to be careful there.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the guys had damage there.
Luckily, you don't have to. If you get damage, you don't have to drive a lot. But
right, but still, that can cost you time.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, so Danger Dan had damage. He's switching out his wing.
Yeah.
And he had a penalty of some sort. Yeah. And Nero as well. So Nero's also switching out his wing. So that cost them both at least 5 seconds of just being there stationary in the pits. So Napa gets a time penalty for track limits, multiple warnings. And we're...
And Hochi has a 20-second gap.
He's got a 20-second lead. So Steinmein will be looking at that gap, knowing that that's the kind of gap he had last weekend, and then now it's the situation is completely different. Now he's got a gap to the car ahead. So what can Steinmein do here? He doesn't look like he has an answer for Hochi. But
well, you just wait for a mistake, but if you've got a gap like that, you know, all right, I don't have the pace to compete with that, so maybe a mistake, but you can compare your own times.
Yeah.
The interval increase, or will you go faster than the P1 position? Then you know you're doing good, you know.
He's
your P2 position.
In a way, he's keeping the pace with Hochi, but it also seems like Hochi maybe has backed off slightly to manage his own race. Conserve the tires. Maybe he's also putting the car into lean or not revving quite as high so that he can save a little bit of fuel in case he needs it for later. I think Steinmein, what he really needs to be watching is the gap behind the Yuppie, because I don't know if he's got today what it takes to match Hochi's pace.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Space Cowboy is really close to Oso Sync.
Yep.
He won't have an overtake.
We're on board, so that they're coming around turn 12 into turn 13.
Oso will hit, I think. So,
Yeah.
Space Cowboy needs to go watch out.
Also jumps into the pits.
Yep.
Nice call on that. So yeah.
Got a yellow flag, sector 1. Looks it.
And it looks like it's an AlphaTauri. Yeah, Danger Dan, he spun on the brand new hard tires.
He's having a tough race.
Unfortunate for him, so Scorpio gets past. Scorpio on the fresh medium tires, he had much more grip. But that's exactly what you were talking about with those the hard tires, that we have to adjust your driving style, especially when you first get out of the pits. They don't have quite as much grip as you would think. So I'm gonna
also went onto the hards. He will finish on those tires.
So I'm gonna go on board with NAFTA. NAFTA 5-lap older tires and Vapor ahead, but he's staying with them. He's trying to make the move, trying to get the move done. He's got to get the move done because he's on older tires than Vapor. So you would think that he needs to have that the clear air, and he can see the gaps ahead. So he knows that ahead of Vapor, the next car is another 4 seconds ahead. So if he can get ahead of Vapor,
is slowly crawling away from Vapor, and that's
he is
a disadvantage for NAFTA.
And Space
NAFTA knows he got a good race pace.
He needs that clear air.
Well held up by Vapor.
He needs that clear air. He knows that Vapor's got the clear air, but he needs that clear air if he's going to have a chance to make these tires last.
Maybe he will get it this turn, this lap. He's really close behind.
Yeah, we're going to find out because we're on board with NAFTA. We're going to stay on board with NAFTA because this is going to be quite the battle down the main straight. And great exit.
Yep.
Oh, but he had to back off a little bit, but he's still there. He's still there. So what can he do here? Will it be enough?
Well, I think that's. Will he make it?
The bone's
going to brake on the braking zone.
Oh, and he's still down the inside. They're leaving each other room.
Oh, so close.
Oh, and a little bit of a touch. A little bit of a touch, but really nicely done by these guys. If anything, he definitely wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't have liked that. That's for sure. But I in my opinion, a touch of the wheels, sidewall to sidewall, I see no harm in that.
No, you can't really.
It's hard to avoid that.
It's racing, you know. It's hard racing.
They're going about 120, 30, 40 miles an hour into turn 1, 2, and 3, side by side. So really nice driving by these guys. NAFTA knew he needed to get that move done, and he made it happen. So there's a yellow. And Space Shep spun. Shep spun in turn 12.
He was going great.
So he's got to be careful because those rear tires.
Has Space Cowboy behind him.
Oh wow, you're right. He's gonna make the move on now.
Will be,
he got held up a little bit by NAFTA.
Yeah, but NAFTA does get the DRS.
Vapor's also got it, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to make the move. Oh, and he almost touches Shep.
Goes wide.
And Shep's got the run on him.
Side to side.
But he did have to back off a bit. I think NAFTA's going to hold on to it as Steinmeyer gets the 3-second penalty. This is an insane battle for P6, P7, and P8 here.
That's exciting to see.
So NAFTA's just got to hold on because he knows that Shep is going to have to pit again.
Space Cowboy has 11 laps on his tires, so he will be losing traction.
He will be losing traction, but he's only got a couple more laps to go until he goes and pits for the I would imagine the last stint on the softs.
Yeah. It's also sick. Coming for Spishik.
Yeah, so let's go on board with Oso. Oso in the top 10 here. Oso will be able to make it to the end. He pit just a lap ago for hards. You would think that from lap 19 you probably would have done the mediums, but he opts for the hards. Spitcheck is on.
He started on the mediums, so.
Oh right, right. He went longer on the. You're right. Okay, good call.
He lost a lot of time in that chicane.
And Shep went into the pits, so he probably felt that he was losing time in the traffic, and he just decides to jump into the pit.
He had some damage because with that incident he had.
Could have been that as well. Hochi fastest lap of 1:18.3.
Yeah.
So he's flying. Hochi, what I would imagine is oh, and Spitcheck goes wide, and also gets passed.
Oh.
So Spitcheck goes wide.
Because of those tires, 10 laps.
Yeah, they're 10-lap-old mediums now, so they're definitely starting to lose grip.
Quite some gap between all drivers now.
Yeah, the gaps are starting to open up. The only real battle
for the next pit stop.
Yeah, the only real battle going on right now is Spitcheck. So he's about 8 tenths behind, 7 tenths behind Oso. I think Spitcheck he seems to be the faster car at this phase of the race. He might be able to get past here with DRS, so let's see what kind of exit they get out of the corner. They both get a pretty good exit. Flat out through turn 16. Spitcheck with the DRS. Oso's out of overtake. So he's going to get the move done here. Really nicely done by Spitcheck.
Gets Pro Controller quite easy as well.
Yeah, so Space Cowboy makes a move past Pro Controller. Really nicely done by these guys. Oh, and Pro Controller.
Still sticking behind Spitcheck.
Yeah, so they're still batted. Oh, and he throws it down the inside.
Nice.
There was an opening. He left the opening because Spitcheck, I think he tried to go on the inside line, but he was going a little too fast and the car ran out wide.
Right, and also immediately reacted to it. Well done.
Very heads-up driving. If the door is open on the inside lane and you can hold that inside lane without running out wide and banging into the other car, then that's fair game.
Just go for it.
Go for it. If you can hold that inside line, and he was able to get it done. Sometimes you may need to...
good battle between these two drivers.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
a little bit of a touch by Spitcheck. So he's got to be careful, Spitcheck, that he's not going to get wing damage from that. It looks like his wing is intact from what we can see here on the onboard.
Oh, Spitcheck will get Oso.
Yeah.
I think.
And Rusty is just behind Nero as well. So let's stay on board with these guys. Because it looks like Spitcheck's making his move. And again, he makes the move on the straight. So nicely done by Spitcheck.
And Hochi just pitted for his last stint.
Yeah, so now he's going to do 11 laps on the
start.
spot.
He's still on P1.
Yeah. 7 seconds to gap.
That's incredible.
Hochi's just in a league of his own today. Really nice drive by Hochi. And we're going to go on board with Rusty because Rusty is in P14 behind Nero.
Nero hits the ground.
Nero and wide. So Rusty's got the run. He's got the DRS. He's making the move. Really nicely done by Rusty. Really nice move. Nicely done by Rusty. Now he's gotta stay on the power here. He's got to get away from Nero. So Nero's on the 6-lap-old hards. Rusty on the brand new mediums. Rusty will be able to go to the end on the mediums. He should be able to drive away from him with the tire advantage.
He should, yeah.
But he's got to keep it consistent. But that's one thing that
needs to keep the pressure on him and hope he will make a mistake.
So this will be a good test for Rusty. Rusty, who we've seen him improve from week to week so much. But that's just in terms of the technical ability of the driving. A whole other side to the driving and racing is the mental, the psychological side, and that's being tested right now by Nero because it's one thing to be quick, and it's a whole other thing to be quick when you have someone breathing down your neck that's ready to pounce.
Yeah, because
Nero, he touched the curb. He touched the curb, but he's still there. He's about a second behind. He may get the. Let's
get a good exit.
I think he would have gotten he got the DRS. So he's got the DRS, but he's farther back now. And now really quickly, I don't think he will. Oh, and also spun. In the what turn is that? It's the turn 7 and 8 high-speed chicane.
Yeah, this is the top one. Yeah.
It's so tough there because the back end always. You're turning left and then you're turning right, but the second part when you're turning right, the car wants to keep turning left, so you've got to fight that a little bit.
If you are on a troll hard, you will spin.
Right. You've got to be so careful there.
He was battling with Spitcheck again.
It seems like it. Or he was trying to catch up to him, I believe, because Shep was just behind. So we're on board with...
Steinmine is going for Nico.
Yeah, so let's go on board with Steinmine.
The front.
Yeah, because this is the nice battle. Nico John, I think he's going to have to pit again. So I'm thinking... I'm thinking Nico John was trying to make that the lap target to get to this lap. And someone is out. Someone has crashed in turn... Nero! So Nero crashed in turn 12. He went out onto the gravel. And he's out onto the gravel again. He's got no grip.
I think his ring was already damaged.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to have to go into the pits. So let's stay on board with Nico. So Nico John, 14 laps here on the mediums. I think he's pitting now because I think he was trying to get to his target. Because if he jumps into the pits now, it's only 8 laps on the soft.
Continues.
So I'm not sure I understand that strategy, but he's going to keep pushing. Spitcheck is behind Space Cowboy, so he's in P9, Shep in P8. He should... Well, actually, I don't know, because actually, Shep is on 3-lap old medium. I think Spitcheck is in a pit. Yeah, so Spitcheck is going to go into the pits for some softs.
Looks like there's like people from to P8, then you have all the back markers on the other part of the grid.
Yeah. And yeah, so Spitcheck...
Hochi, of course, far
just
out.
flying. He's in his... He's doing his own race today.
Yuppie still has to pit. There's like a 30-second gap between him and P2.
So Steinmine, after that pit stop by Yuppie, he will be in second. Nico John is going to have to pit again. I think he's going to pit this lap. Let's go on board with Nico John.
22 laps of the mediums.
I don't think so. Yeah, so Nico John's jumping into the pits. So he's into the pits. So now that's going to move Naft up into P4. It's going to move Vapor into P5. And Monkey into P6. So Monkey had, I think he had an incident early in the race.
Has a good chance, yes.
But I think he had a couple of incidents early in the race, but he's been moving up the order here just really nicely.
P6 and he can take P5 as well.
He can.
Because Vapor was quite worn out hard already.
Well, I think Monkey can get up to P4 because both of those guys are going to be suffering with tremendous tire wear. They're not going to have any grip, not compared to him at least.
Nafta will be really battling for his tire wear because almost 20 laps already. Still has to go 5 more laps.
Technically it's 6, yeah. 6 and plus this one, so it's like almost 7 more laps. So what other battles do you see on track? I think Shep is... Yeah. So Shep is right behind Nico John, but Nico John's on those fresh softs. So we know the pace that Nico John has. He's got fresh tires.
But just over to Christie, I think. Yellow flag, sector 2, safety car.
Oh wow, safety car. So for these guys that are on the really old tires, now's their chance to...
That would definitely help Nafta.
So who is Monkey? Who is that? Scorpio jumps into the pits. He's gonna jump on for the soft tires. Who else is that that's coming around? Nico doesn't pit.
I think Nafta will pit. Oh no, he didn't.
I think Nafta may have been already ahead of the pit line though. The pit lane entrance. I think Nafta may pit here. Because he's got enough of a...
Just tries to gamble,
he's got enough of a gap to... I think he would probably come out somewhere... it's hard to say. It is... I wonder what position he would come out in if he does pit now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he would come out somewhere between 8th and 10th.
Oh, and even no, I think he's. I don't know, but maybe. P8 or something.
Something like that. That's what I'm trying to estimate, but it's kind of hard to tell. But he's got to push these deltas right now to get up as far as possible without risking a penalty, of course. But Mercedes looking really good here with the position third and fourth so far.
And Yuki has fresh softs.
Yeah, so Yuppie's going to be able to go to the end. And NAFTA, he's going to stay out. So he's deciding to hold on to that track position.
And Hochi must be, you know, frustrated because he had such a big gap. And now there might be a chance that he gets overtaken.
Yeah, he could get overtaken on the start because everyone's going to have the slipstream. But the other thing that I think should give Hochi confidence is that Steinmein, who's just behind him, who does have pace, but he's on 3-lap older tires. So as long as Hochi can hold him
the
off.
safety car will go one more lap, so only got like 4 laps to maneuver. So if you lose your position, it is really hard to get it back again.
But
there's not much racing left.
But there's a lot of traffic between Steinmein and Hochi, so I think there's 3 lap cars ahead. So it's similar to what we saw in Zandvoort. It's one of those things where unless the lap cars get the go-ahead to overtake the safety car and unlap themselves, then they've got to deal with traffic. So Yuppie is just behind. I think Yuppie now is eyeing up a move on Steinmein because he knows that his tires are fresher, or more fresh rather.
Yeah.
And he knows that Steinmein's going to be battling with the lap cars.
You won't have much competition behind him because those guys are on the hards.
Right.
On those hards.
Right.
So you can focus purely on the cars ahead.
So another lap they're going to do. So it looks like they're going to do 4 laps under green flag racing here at the end. But it did look like Domingos pit for softs, Pro Controller pit for softs, Scorpio pit for softs, and Danger Dan pit for softs.
It will also be interesting how long those guys with the hearts on top, P4 and P5, will hold out against Monkey Mafia and Nico John.
You know,
then yes, Cowboy as well.
The fact that NAFTA,
that would be really tough for them.
The fact that NAFTA didn't go into the pits, that tells me that he's got some kind of confidence. He knows something that we don't, because if you're really dying on those tires and you get a safety car and you pass that pit entrance, normally you're going to jump in there, right, if you really need to.
You will be screaming, yes.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So just the idea that he hasn't jumped into the pits tells me that he's got some kind of confidence in the tires. So we'll see. I'm imagining that he's got to already be in the 60 or so % tire wear in the front left, I would imagine.
Maybe even more.
Maybe even a little bit more. But that's it. You could push those tires, because just because you get to a certain percentage in wear doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a puncture. Just your chances of a puncture increase.
Your will be compromised a lot.
It will be compromised, but he knows that if he gets...
Your speed corners will be suffering.
But if he can get a good exit out of turn 16 onto the main straight...
Yep. Then he can defend his position quite well.
He can defend, because he knows he does... he's a fighter. He can battle with the best of them. We saw in some of his moves earlier today. So we'll see. And I think the safety car's in. Yeah, so green flag. So we're on board. Let's go on board with NAFTA, because NAFTA is right behind Yuppie. He's on the overtake, but so is Yuppie. And he doesn't get it done. Not quite just yet. But he's got it.
Oh, he goes wide.
He went wide. His tires got cold.
He will regret not pitting now.
His tires got cold. He had low grip. He already had low grip to begin with on the old tires, so has not worked out in his favor. Yuppie's got to make the move, because he knows he knows Domingos is fighting for position, even though he's a lap car. So he gets past him. So nicely done.
Has a 4-second gap. So
he does.
It's more for P2 now.
Yep, he's got to make. He's got to make. Yeah, he's got to make a move on Steinlein.
Better tires. He gets a big lock up though.
He does, but it seemed like he got through the corner just fine. Danger Dan and Broken Shoulder get time penalties.
Yellow flag. Nico John.
Yeah, Nico John looks like he spun. Nico John spun. Unfortunate for Nico John. And everybody's going at it. So yeah, let's go on board with Yuppie. What's he gonna do here? He jumps down the inside.
He didn't commit to it with his overtake button.
Oh, he needed to use it.
He stopped using it halfway.
Why would you hold on to it? You got to make the move, Yuppie. All right, so let's see what. And P5, P6, and P7, and even P8. These guys are just fighting.
The guy on P8 has the better tires.
And
P from P8 has better tires than 247.
Right. So he's right on their tail, and Rusty's just behind Domingos. So this is the battle for P12. Oh, and Rusty goes wide. Domingos saw it happening. He backed off. Very smart driving by Domingos. Rusty, unfortunate for Rusty, but he felt like he needed to make a move, and he almost forced it there in a way. So unfortunate for Rusty, but really heads up driving by Domingos. Domingos saw that Rusty was getting impatient. He backed off. He braked a little bit early. He took a tidy line, and that paid off for him.
And so right now, Yuppie is out of DRS, so I think. Oh, he might still get it. He's interested to see. Will he get DRS?
I don't think he did. No, I don't think he did.
He won't. That will hurt him a lot.
But he's...
So now
Steinlein is on 7-lap-old soft. Steinlein will start to feel the wear here. He'll have less grip in the corners.
Definitely.
So Yuppie's got to attack.
And Yuppie has more energy left.
And who else is in a close battle? Oh, and Spit Check gets by Broken.
The Monkey Mafia is...
Monkey Mafia spun again. So Spit Check gets by, all the guys got by Monkey Mafia, I believe. So now Shep is right behind Vapor.
20 laps on Vapor.
Yeah, 20 lap old hard. So Vapor is going to be like a sitting duck.
Oh shit!
Oh,
and gets the wheel spin on the wrong moment.
He had to wrangle the car. He had to wrestle the car back.
Be able to make overtake now.
Yeah, because Vapor's got the DRS as well.
Rusty.
Nico John gets a 3-second penalty.
No. P8 for him now.
And somehow Napa's making these tires work.
Yeah, he's profiting out of all those people that are spinning right now.
Yeah, he did spin. But he's
but a lot of people did as well, so...
Yeah, he's not losing too much. I think it was in what,
P... the final lap right now.
He was in P4, now he's in P7. So let's stay on board with Shep. Shep is just behind Vapor. This is the final lap. Vapor's got nothing left in those tires. Shep has still got some life left in the tires, and he's on the faster tire. And Nico John gets past Rusty. So nice move by Nico John. We'll go back to...
And Steinlein spun in turn 8.
Oh, he spun in the high-speed chicane.
Will he lose even more positions? No.
Not quite, but Vapor's on his tail. And what can Shep do here? So we're on board with Shep.
He's right behind him.
Yeah, we are. He's right behind. But Shep's got to be careful. Shep's got to be careful because he's seen everybody spin. Shep, who has good pace, but the final results haven't always been there. And Broken Controller is just behind them. And Broken Controller spins. He spun. He's out. He's out.
Oh.
Everybody making their way past him. last lap, last turn, and everybody's going to get past him.
And look at NAFTA, P5 because of time penalties, I think.
Wow. Incredible. Wow. Incredible race by NAFTA. 27 laps, 28 laps on the hard tires.
And I think Vapor got P3. Because Steinlein got penalties as well. Wow.
Steinlein, who was pushing. And driver of the day goes to the guy who unfortunately did not finish the race, but he definitely kept it exciting for us. Fortunate for Broken. Really nicely done by Hochi. Can you hear the La Gente Español? They're going crazy.
We almost forget about him, but because he was just all alone.
He had his own race, but incredible result from Hochi.
Insane race pace, insane.
Hochi, who's got so much experience, so maybe isn't always the quickest on every track, but it's so great to see him get a good result here. Everybody loves Hochi. Wow.
But if he can drive like so quick on this track, he should be able to do on other tracks as well. He told me that he had an injury or something, but he's getting less worse or something. Told me, so he might be able to step up.
Well, his recovery is always going to be ongoing, right? And he's got that fighting spirit, so he's not one that gives up easily. So credit where credit is due for Hochi, because again, maybe he's not the quickest on every track, but in his own words, like you said, watch out on.
Interesting to watch in the upcoming races.
Yeah, because
how he will perform.
He's
Monaco next, I think.
These are his great tracks. He said he's great on Spain, Monaco, and Baku, and those are the next circuits as well in the calendar.
Yeah.
So
we might be seeing a lot more from Hochi.
Really nicely done to the top three. Hochi, Yuppie, Vapor. Really, really nicely done. NAFTA's another one who did 27 laps.
27 even.
Wow. Great race here today. So if you're tuning in, thank you for tuning in. This is the development tier 2 race here. This is round 6 at Spain. Next week we'll be returning with the next race, and that's going to be at Monaco. So the world famous Monaco Grand Prix. That's going to be next Saturday. That's going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. UK time. And stick around tomorrow. We've got the Tier 1 race. That's going to be round 6 also at Spain. That's going to be at 12:45 p.m. Eastern Time, US, and 5:45 p.m. UK time. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you for joining me. Signs up. Absolutely. Yeah, great race. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you again, Stein. Take care, everybody.